Jazzcast Pros.
I want to emphasize why it's important to never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And it has nothing to do with being deceitful or secretive. But however, allow the lessons to flow and allow it to do what it naturally needs to do so that the lesson could be learned and that you can be the better father or be the father you wish you had without praises or recognition. Don't seek to see if you are a good father. Don't seek to see if you are a good husband or good boyfriend or baby father. Don't seek to see if it's that your children admire you or don't admire you. The acts that you do and the things that you do for them should be genuine. Welcome to Fatha Torch, the podcast to help you and renew fathers cope with the anxiety and stress of fatherhood so that you can be the father you wish you had. I'm your host, Ra. I am a proud founder of Rastakin.com, a Bimlet Foundation, a highly skilled artist, a proud and devoted father of 9. My mission is to help you reclaim your power and ease your concerns about being a father in today's social climate. Today's episode, my folks, my people, my returning listeners, my devoted listeners, enough respect, all praise be unto you. Today is a proud day because I am returning from a little hiatus, a little one-on-one I had to do, a little self-recovery and healing. So let's get right to it, right? This has been on my mind for a while and I wanted to express it to my fathers especially. We ever heard that term, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing? Come on, how much of us have heard that? Even my younger fathers, I know you heard this term before. This term is usually stated or mentioned when it deals with underscoring and significance and deception, right? Trustworthiness and humility, right? In both professional and personal relationship, self and all, right? The contents of this relationship or friendship and usually emphasizes the values, right? Providing support without seeking constant acknowledgement, right? Allowing genuine gestures, if you will, to speak for themselves. This is often used in the concept of friendship, workplace, right? Kind of scenario thing. It incorporates or fosters the culture collaborative of teamwork, right? Colleagues, associates that usually work together and need constant praises and leading to so-called success. I'm not talking about that. I just want to give you a definition of what most people use it for. What I want to use it for and what I want to bring to light, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. The phrase, although it stems from a biblical term, I'm applying it to fatherhood. However, for those who are heavy in the Bible and heavy in the biblical sense of things, all due respect to you, it will come from the book of Matthew, I believe 6:3. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So a paraphrasing is that basically Jesus had advised his followers, right, to practice, the acts of charity in secret without public announcement or recognition, right? And over time, expression that has conveyed, right, the sense of deception and confidentially in one's action. Biblical. That's the biblical. And please forgive me. I only paraphrase this. So don't take word for word. But if you want word for word, Matthew 6, chapter 3. So what does this mean in regards to fatherhood? And fatherhood acknowledging this phrase to be some type of learning curve. Well, in today's society, fatherhood lacks patience, transition, and as well as gratitude. It doesn't only falls on the children, but it falls on the son and the daughter, but mainly on the father and mother. But because I am here to advocate for my brothers and my fathers with this same phrase, and often suggests the importance of humility and selflessness. Okay, fathers, I'm saying this, selflessness in your act in fatherhood or in relationship. In parenting, fathers should be sincere. The works that you do for your family without question should be ultimately without praises or recognition. I'm going to say this again, without praises or recognition. Don't seek to see if you are a good father. Don't seek to see if you are a good husband or good boyfriend or baby father. The acts that you do should be genuine. Because if it's genuine, there's no need for you to be like, hey, did I do good? Hey, I noticed I did this and you tell me thank you. You didn't tell me this and you tell me that. I'm not talking about respect. I'm talking about seeking validations that has nothing to do with the act or the genuineness of you doing this. You should want to do this for the general reason of the cognitive behavior, development, the learning, right? You're making your son become the man, right? Become the father one day, right? Having knowledge, wisdom, sharing your wisdom should be genuine because you want them to grow. You want them to prosper. But if you're doing this because of recognition or someone else's eye or the public eye, especially, man, you're in a world of hurt. You're going to be in a world of hurt because everybody, and I mean everybody, has been there before. And everybody is not going to give you the satisfaction that you would get from simply being yourself and speaking the truth. Speak from your experience. Speak your wisdom and the lesson learned. So let's move on and state the facts of what it is it means to hide your left hand and not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Relationship between men and women could imply a need in the trust and open communication, balancing individuals' autonomy with shared responsibility. What does that mean? What does that mean to you, fathers? What does that mean? It means that the open communication aspect, again, if you're looking for her to validate who and what kind of father you are, you're in trouble because that can change in a blink of an eye. You could be good right now, but later on, you are a piece of shit. So if you don't want to be disappointed, do it for genuine reasons and do it because you love your family and you love your children. And most of all, you love yourself. You love yourself most of all because the fact is, without you loving yourself, none of this and even everything I'm saying right now, irrelevant. Doesn't even make no sense. It doesn't even make sense. If anything, this probably pisses you off. 2, balancing your responsibility in your roles. Yes, we all have our jobs and we all have things that we can do far beyond our job. When it comes to fatherhood, it is our role to be responsible, caring, guiding. It is responsible to insert our authority to make sure the full development of that child and the full prosperity of our family. That's our role. That's our responsibility. The balancing is that which applies to you fully and which applies to her fully. And you coexist. You coexist and you're built on one another. Not to say she got to tell her friends or tell you or hold you, pat your back and say, good job. Good job. You changed your diaper. Good job. You went to work today. Good job. Hey, you cooked. Good job. You cleaned the house. This is all part of the routine, the ritual that you do what you need to do to make sure your family is okay. That you teach, that you are disciplined, that you are loving, that you are attentive. At the same hand, we fathers must understand our roles that everything requires an instant reply. Does not require this. Although we want this sometimes we with our children and we get at them and like, why you did this? And did you understand what I said? And you must repeat what I said. And you get at me. And because we are in our emotions, this becomes something else. It's not a learning curve after that. After this, it's become something else. We must be mindful to know that everybody learns differently, including our children, and understand that our children are not 100% of us. They're only half of us. Because the other half is to your partner, your significant other, your wife, your empress, whatever you want to entitle that to be. But understand, 50% of it is you. Now, which 50%? Well, that it all defines on, again, your upbringing, your development of which you are responsible for. Remember, you were responsible for. The encouragement, the love, the lesson, the culture, right? All these are a factor. You must be mindful of these things. You have to be mindful. So, with that being said, you must be committed and supportive without the need of consistent validation or acknowledgement. I know a lot of fathers, my brothers, the pioneers, ancestors, who have done so much for yours truly and not once ever seek validation, even when it was offered, because they know their worth and they know none of that means nothing if you did not succeed in the things that you need to learn and live by. They have done many things. And I mean, things that most people would receive great gratitude and rewards and fame, right? Fame for. They did it for the goodness and the liberty of their heart. They did it because they believed in the I. They didn't do it because recognition. They're trying to get with moms or your sister or just to be in your life. Listen, they was doing things so far distant. They was doing things sometimes right close up and never once ever seek me to say, I told you I was there, or why you never, acknowledge me to say that if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. Dangerous road to play when you go through that realm. Dangerous, because you would never be satisfied. But they have helped me a great deal. And let me say this on this time and on this recording. I give respect and love and admiration and respect due to the brothers of my life, my brothers, my peers, my ancestors, my elders, who have all been in my life, who are all filled in for the absence of my father. Not because of my father, but the absence of my father, who has stepped in and gave me nothing but diamonds, bigger gems of knowledge, of self-worth, of love, culture, all because they wanted to and they felt their duty to role to do so. It was never all about the fame and never about the recognition or the toss back or the hang over his head and say, look what I did for your son. And let me tell you, them man they have done more than enough to make me know my worth and let me know how much of a man that I can become and what I am. And although I was young and I didn't understand 1,000% of it then, when I tell you it came full circle like a prophecy, and I see so many things because of their teachings and because of their understanding and because of their forgiving heart. And the number one thing is they was very patient. They understood my traumas. They understood my anger. They didn't put up with it. They didn't put up with it. They didn't entertain it, but they understood it. And they helped me to cope, deal, and move on from it. So I say this to you, my brothers. A lot of times when we say never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, we often only consider that to be a negative thing. But understand this. When you have a family, it is your responsibility. When you have children, it's your responsibility, my brothers. It's your responsibility to make sure they are all right, not because of fame or recognition or what others think of you. What you instill in them goes on for life. What you don't do with them goes on for life. The damage you cause is for life. And trust me, they're not the only ones that will suffer. You will be tormented because you will witness the upbringing or downfall. You must understand yourself and you must understand that instant gratification has no place in fatherhood, no place in the development of a child. You must be supportive. You must know your responsibility. You must acknowledge the commitment you made when conceiving that child. How does this apply? Most will ask. Still again, how does it apply to this saying? Well, this saying is that, okay, if I'm only doing this for recognition, hype, for clout, then my family will suffer and I will be a witness of that. If I'm okay with that, proceed. If I'm okay with, I'm doing this because hurt people hurt other people. If you want to believe in that philosophy and live that life, then yes, sure, you are doing the rightful thing to be an idiot. But if you truly want to know and understand this, being patient and understanding your wisdom and knowledge of self can help your child be better and stronger than you. All praise be unto you. You are doing what you need to do because you're not doing this for the fame of the world and the eye of society. Because understand the society of eyes and the praises they give, that's all double standard. You're good now as long as you comply. But the minute you don't want to spoil, to destroy, and corrupt your seed, now you're public enemy number one. So I want you to understand this. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing can fall into many phrases in your life. But when it comes to fatherhood, it means to implement the love and teaching, embracing of your parenthood, of your manhood towards your family, your children especially, the upkeep, the prosperity, the liberty of their well-being overall, without seeking praises, the constant pat on the back. Good job, good boy. Without doing this, that's what it means for fatherhood. That's what it means for being a man in today's society. Know your worth and know who you are, that you don't need all the accolades. It encourages many of us to do what's best for us as a family, as a whole, especially family of color. We need this more than everything else because so much against you and so much against us. As men, we see and witness this all day. It's traumatized us every day. And the worst thing you can do for yourself in that trauma is allow yourself to be so impatient and seek such validation and desperation to be irrelevant. Makes no sense. No sense at all. But let me get back to task. How does it apply to fatherhood and pertaining towards mainly your son and daughters? This contains the principles, right? The principles that in which significant, consistent, unconditional support without expecting immediate acknowledgement or recognition. I said this before, right? Emphasizing the selfless nature of parenting love, where fathers provide guidance, care, right? Resources for the well-being and the growth of their sons and daughters without expecting consistent recognition or gratitude. A lot of times we tend to want so much gratitude and recognition from our children that we become bitter, right? We become petty. Oh, you go to school and you do this for them and you come home, you don't do nothing for me. You don't recognize me. I'm here too. And I'm doing this. And we do all of this, right? We do all of this. Now understanding we are setting up a double standard. Your love and teaching and support is without question. Theirs are. Outside of your house, outside of your circle, it can be questionable. What's the motive? What's the reasoning? Why are you doing this? How come you're doing this? What is it for you? When it comes for you, when it comes from you, it is genuine. At least it should be. It should be genuine. I shouldn't have to question whether or not you love me. I shouldn't have to question whether or not you respect me. So why do we seek such hard gratitude from our children? Not so much hard gratitude. I'm going to say instant gratitude because gratitude is a must. But instant gratitude and consistent gratitude as if you're the child and they're the adult. Hey, did I do good? Hey, did I provide for you well? Hey, are you eating good? Do you have steak and lobster every night? Do you have your clothes and your Jordans and everything else? Did I provide this for you? Did I do this? And you want recognition. Oh, I do this, right? Right? I do this, right? Why do we need that? Because we have not validated ourselves. We not have validated our well-being, our self-worth. My brothers, validate yourself. No one can validate you enough or more than enough to say that you are worthy. Let me tell you, you are worthy. You are worthy because you have children. You can see yourself before you was even corrupted or distraught. So you are worthy. Be patient enough with yourself. Heal from your past. Heal from your traumas. So you're not constantly seeking some type of validation to say, hey, am I doing right? Am I doing good? If they're not dead, starving, bruised, killed, murdered, if they're not abused, if they're not choking, they're not dying in your hand, you are doing a damn good job. They are prospering in school. They are doing what they need to do. They are growing healthy. You are doing good. If they are unscathed and they come to you and have open communication with you, you are doing good. And let me play devil advocate here. If you have children, such as I, that are disrespectful with their gratitude, and I say disrespect with their gratitude, meaning that basically they only come to you only when they want something, and only when it's convenient for them. Believe it or not, in a small token, you are doing good because you're holding ground, you're holding firm who you are and what you're not going to do and what you're not going to support. But they know enough to know that you are there and know that if the quarter hit the ground, they know exactly who to come to. They may give you the business. They may give you the business, give you the attitude. Oh my gosh, they give you the business. I want to say some words, but I know it will lead to other conversation. But understand, they will give you the grief of being a father. But understand this in a small, and I do mean small token of this, that gratitude is there. The respect is there. It may not be to your liking because no one gives someone that much business if they didn't have some tide of emotional connection, love, or respect to a degree. It's not a good feeling. especially when you feel that your own turn against you, or they want you to be something that you're not. We have too many children out here that feels that being a father means that you're an ATM, a doormat, and a friend at the same time. Well, I'm neither one of them. I'm a father. I'm here to guide you, not give in to your shit. I'm here to love you and protect you, not be your best friend. I want you to understand this clearly. I am not your friend. I am your father. And I make that message clear to my brothers. I am not your friend. I am your father. And I want you to get that to your head. I am your father. Being cordial with you is like a luxury. It's not a must. It's a luxury. It's a fame-driven thing. I don't care for your likes. I don't care for that, because your likes will get me and you killed. So, as your father, it is my sole responsibility to first make sure your well-being and your development is secure, that your liberty and prosperity is clear. I'm not doing this because I want recognition and validation, personal validation at that. That's the worst. Personal validation to say, hey, did I do this right? Am I this? Am I that? You could tell me right now that I'm the worst father. I probably laugh. Because the fact is, I know what I'm worth and I know what I have done. Now, if you came to me and said, well, I didn't like how you went about it, then we have a conversation we can talk about. But you're not going to tell me and convince me otherwise that I'm the worst, because I know there's worse than me. So no one can convince me of that. But I can say, have I done things right all the time? Probably not. Was it a learning curve? Absolutely. But I'm not going to be down or accept any title, good, bad, in between. I can tell you I am a father. I'm not going to tell you I'm an excellent father. I do no wrong. Well, good luck in that world. Good luck thinking that that's what you are. I refuse to live a lie. I'm not a good father. I'm not a bad father. I am a father. And I do what's necessary. Sometimes I have to be the villain, and other times I have to be the saint. Nonetheless, neither one of them comes with a perfect vision. But nonetheless, it has a vision of aspiration and love and understanding and protected guidance, knowledge of self, love, wisdom beyond years and time, and always an open communication. That's the message. That's the tone of not letting the left hand know what the right hand know or doing. When it pertains to children and fatherhood, that's what it pertains to. So I want you to understand this. And please overstand, meaning please really overstand. Today's discussion is to remind you, or to allow you to ponder on the power of selflessness and actions and impact they can have upon us as an individual, on our relationships with others and the world around us, of course. I want to thank you, my listeners, my people who are joining us. I want to thank you, because you could be anywhere in the world. That I want you to understand that a small gesture of kindness can make a significant difference in the lives of yourself, your children, and others. I just want you to understand that. And I want you to leave you with that thought. Selflessness, basically being mindful. Being mindful of your action, being mindful of what you're doing and why you are doing it, goes a long way. Until next time, stay inspired, keep spreading the positivity. Be the father you wish you had. Fatha Torch. Always that message, always that motto, my brothers. Until next time, don't miss the next episode. Every other Sunday, Fatha Torch, streaming confidently on any and all major podcast platforms, including Apple and Spotify. Until next time, Jagai, bless, Rastafari.